Welcome to a new episode of the AJ Show, and today it is our AJ Show Direct. We're talking 2023. So, as always, get yourself a beverage, sit back, relax, and let's dive into what we have in store for our next season. It is hard to believe that we are already at the end of the year for 2022 and Christmas is wrapped up. It is done. Put a bow on it. Call it good. All right. So here we are. We're talking about our plans for 2023. And I'm going to take a look at the YouTube channel real quick and just kind of give you some ideas of what we have happening here. And I was looking at it the other day and realize I have done this for 5 years now, and I've created season video playlist from 2017 to 2018 because that was kind of a mixed bag. We were just getting started, so I put 2 years into one, so I call that season one. Then you have 2019 as a season, then you have 2020 as a season, 2021 as a season, and now you got this year, 2022. And the season I did the most videos in, which is counted up at 36 episodes, was last year in 2021. That's a lot of videos I made last year. So it's crazy that we are going to be entering our sixth season or sixth year of doing this. And yeah, we're going to keep going. Of course we are. We ain't stopping here. So I've set up some playlists on the channel. If you want to go back and watch the older ones, feel free. Even though the very first set I've built as a season one is cringeworthy at times. So you can see the progression of how we have evolved and gotten better over the years. So what is on the docket for 2023 this year? And bear with me, there's a list of video games on here because first up and foremost, I kicked off this year with Sonic the Hedgehog, and well, I'm going to be doing it again this next year. We're kicking our first episode off on a video that was meant for this year, but I didn't get to it, and I pushed it off for whatever reason. I even replayed through the game, got footage, wrote out a script, and I rewrote a new script now, and we just got to get it shot, edited, and done. So we're talking Sonic Mania for the very first entry of the new year, and Sonic Mania deserves the spotlight, and it's going to get the spotlight. So we're going to be talking about Sonic Mania for our first episode of the new year, so please check that out. We're also going to be talking about Sonic Frontiers, the latest game that just came out this back in November. I'm still in the middle of playing it. Once I get it done and get my thoughts together and what footage I need, we'll get that put together. That'll probably be early 23. All right, just kind of not sure when I'm going to do that, but we'll say somewhere around February, March. We'll look at doing Sonic Frontiers. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, I decided to put this one on here because I'm playing it right now. It was my son's Christmas present. Of course, I'm interested in playing it myself. And it's a lot of fun, and I think it deserves a spotlight for the AJ Show. And so we're going to talk Kirby. We're going to talk about Kirby here. I'm not sure how far into that one I'm in the middle of it. So we'll throw that in again, early 23, of course, and talk about that. The biggest release coming out in May of next year, 2023. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom will be coming out, and we're excited for this. And of course, this will most likely be the feature for Zelda month in November of 2023. Because no telling how long it's going to take me to complete this one. I'm probably not complete, probably finish it, I should say. You crazy? I'm not this guy up here in the corner. But anywho, we're going to be talking about Tears of the Kingdom once we get our hands on it and play it and see what it's all about. We're excited, looking forward to that one. And of course, last but not least, and I'm sure there'll be other video games down the line. I mentioned it in my Halloween review of Castlevania 3 that we're going to continue the curse of Castlevania Super Castlevania 4 is slated for October for our Halloween special. Will I break the curse? We'll see what happens. Who knows? And we'll go from there. So other ideas and stuff that we're looking at for 2023 for the AJ show. There is a planned vacation sometime in the summer, and that will become an episode, I'm sure, with footage of our journey and we're looking at the Grand Canyon and such, and there'll be other places to go to in 2023 that along with our trip, because we'll do some side trips here and there. And also look for some good hiking spots. Speaking of hiking adventuring is going to continue on, of course, as long as, it's interesting enough to film. There's been some mediocre stuff, here, but, as long as it's interesting enough to film and make an episode out of it, we'll do that. Product reviews, of course, anytime we get new stuff, you gotta talk about it. I still haven't talked about this laptop yet. Yeah, that's a Raycon sticker I threw on here. But hey, let's do that real quick. Let's talk about this laptop. I got a new laptop a few months back because the other one, we're done with it. And it's Intel Core i5. Has IRISX graphics from Intel as well. Plays gaming very superbly as well on here. It's nice, it's crisp, it runs fast, and it does the job, and it's small. I like the small compactness of it. I wish there was a 10 keypad here, but it's okay. It's all right. But it works great. It's a fantastic computer. It's an HP. I've learned that you need to spend a little extra money to get some good quality computers. So there you go. There's the quick. I could have done a YouTube short on this, actually, now that I think about it. Speaking of YouTube shorts, what a great way to segue. I dabbled in a couple of them, and just to see what it's about. And I've been catching myself watching a lot of Facebook Reels lately, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe we can do little bite-sized 1 minute, 60-second AJ show clips here and there, and just kind of either like clips from the show, maybe just off the wall review. I did on a new set of resistance bands just last week, actually, and shot a quick 60-second clip of, hey, I got a new set of resistance bands. This is the product. They work great, and so forth. So, we're going to be experimenting with YouTube Shorts in 2023 and see what becomes of it and see what all goes down with that. So, that seems to be the trend anymore, is shorter is always better nowadays. And I know my videos sometimes go from 10 to 20 minutes because I have a lot to say. And I hope you guys are listening in on that and staying for the full video and not cutting it off early. All right. I'll try to be better shortening things because, again, I have a lot to say, apparently. Legos. I enjoy doing the Legos episodes, and we're going to continue doing those. I want to showcase more of my older classic stuff and also some new ones that we recently just got to, especially for Christmas. We got a couple of new ones we got for Christmas, and we may do an episode here at the beginning of the year as well, maybe episode 2 or 3 or something like that for, season 2023. So we're looking at that. I also took the liberty of ordering another Sonic the Hedgehog book from Michael Teitelbaum. I can't pronounce his name right. Michael Teitelbaum. And I wanted to do another Sonic book. I was like, you know what? I need some content. So I went ahead and did it again. So there you go. Moving along here, I've been dabbling with the idea of doing reviewing a movie franchise or something like that. Talking about the sequel type movies, Pirates of the Caribbean or Star Wars even or whatever. But I'm looking at the 007 franchise, and I know there's a lot of movies with the 007 franchise. Here's the thing. I started with the Pierce Brosnan era. Of course, I did go back and watch the Sean Connery's and Roger Moore's, Timothy Dalton's 2 epic adventures, which honestly, I didn't like Timothy Dalton at first. But now that I watch him back again, at my age now, I'm like, you know what? It wasn't so bad. It wasn't really that bad at all. Yeah. So, but my favorite, of course, is Daniel Craig. And I'm thinking about doing his series, his 5 movies. I've recently just watched the first 3. I got 2 more to do. May write something up and create an episode with that. We'll see what happens. But yeah, something I've been thinking about doing for that. So that's kind of what we're looking at for the AJ show in 2023. some of these ideas, some of these things that we're looking at for some personal goals, for myself this year. Workouts continuing. I got a new DDP Yoga DVD set, the 2.0s. They've been reshot, remastered, and some of the workouts have changed a little bit with some different moves added into it. Still the same workouts. Like energy is still energy, but it's energy 2.0. And they've added a couple extra things to do in there, which is nice. So that's as far as I got in there so far. I still got to do fat burner and all that other stuff. But we're going through the guide. We're going to be definitely looking at the nutrition side of things even more. Trying to I'm trying to drop to 30 pounds. I'm trying to drop back down to 200. That seems like a great goal to hit, get back down to that level and so forth. But continue to read books, of course, and all that fun stuff. I really don't have any set goals for personal goals this year. It's the same stuff. Let's just be real. I didn't really bother sitting down with some goals for 2023 for myself. But we'll see what happens. We're going to journey along. And maybe some will come to mind, and then we'll just adapt it right then and there. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. These last 5 years, it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe I've been doing this for 5 years. And hope you continue on with me. Continue to ride this journey with me. I'm making this content. I hope it's entertaining, informative, at best. At best of my abilities. The Frosty the Snowman episode right now is personally my favorite that I did recently. I like the ones where I go on rants. I don't know what it is, but just kind of going that angry rant about stuff, even though I don't really have that hate for Frosty, but I do it as a character in the sense. Actually, I really don't like Frosty. I really don't. So it's basically me dialed up to 11. So there you go. Just know that I don't really have that much hatred for Frosty the Snowman. I just don't care for Frosty the Snowman television special. And then I like to pick apart and find the flaws in everything and just really explore and go down rabbit holes and such. And that's what makes an entertaining episode for me, is when you go down these rabbit holes, like, with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, for example. I gave that example in the last episode with Frosty, how Yukon Cornelius carries a gun. It's just mind-boggling when you realize as an adult now. I'm like, what the frick? So anyways, enough of this episode. Happy New Year, everybody. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next year. Be looking for a best of show as well. I'm going to be posting that as well. I'm not going to put in the episode lineup. It's just going to be a separate thing. But I'm going to do a best of 2022. It's ready to go. I just need to get it finished. So that being said, Happy New Year. Stay safe out there. Take care.